up, everybody? Good
Hello.
afternoon, evening, Michael. How are you today?
Good.
Good,
Well.
good. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hi.
Hi. Uh-oh. Is that like a bad mood, Jeffrey? Or
No, it's a Jeffrey of concern because I'm sitting in a brand new chair and my computer is sitting on a brand new desk that on Sunday, since we had the weekend off there with the holiday, I built myself.
Oh.
And as you know, this is not my area of strength. So I'm a little concerned that at any second the table's going to collapse and I'm going to fall off the back of this chair. And
wait, Mike Royal has tools. Why did you not call him?
I didn't want to bother anybody on I forget if it was Sunday or Monday, but I didn't want to bother anybody. And I figured I could do it myself. And I convinced Andrea years ago, there's always spare parts. So it's not, I didn't do anything wrong. There's always spare parts.
Well, I'm just really glad that this is live and being recorded. So if it does fall apart, we will get it on video.
We will absolutely not remove it from the channel. Yeah. It will stay on. It'll be a badge of honor when I break my neck.
And we
hey, Mark, what's up with the you used to start this out with music.
Yeah, so
where's my Let's Get Ready to Rumble music? You didn't play that anymore.
The copyright police will get me.
Oh, do we get in trouble?
Yeah. So I had to ease off because Ric Flair got a little mad. So
that's not the kind of guy you want mad at you. Ric Flair watches all the time. Yeah.
He's an avid watcher for sure.
I figured as much.
Michael, you been busy today? You been selling houses today or what, man?
No, it's not. I had an inspection earlier today and made some phone calls and cut my grass today.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
You had a pretty busy week last week. You had at least
several weeks. Yeah.
Closing, and I think you had multiple people in town last week, and I got to go out and hang out with you and some people a couple times there. We had fun.
Yeah. Actually, he made me work. Like
really?
He was off with other clients. And I had to go video houses for him for a client in New York.
There were a lot of people pitching in for me last week. So Jeff, Andrea helped out a good bit with an open house, and so muchos gracias.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, well, your open house, Mark, his open house, they did some kind of community thing with 3 other realtors that had listings over in Legend Oaks, and it was like a whole brunch kind of a thing, and so. Andrea went and did the open house for Mike, and I told her that she was going to have to make shrimp and grits as part of the thing, and she was terrified because Andrea is not quite the cook. But Mike took care of the shrimp and grits, so she didn't have to show up and show her culinary skills because they ain't good.
Oh, shoot. I have to sign in. Hold on. I'm trying to share my screen here. That's why it went to a different thing. And okay, here we go. Let me present. So that open house, Mike, was on this house right here, right?
Yes. Yep, 144 Baptiste Circle in Legend Oaks. It's got over 3,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, DD2 schools. It's a beautiful house, man. I can't believe it's still on the market.
Looks like a newer roof too. Is that pretty new or?
Yeah. I think it was like within 5 or 6 years.
Okay, nice.
That's
I like
pretty.
the bookshelves in there too.
Yeah,
a lot of people really like that neighborhood. A lot of people are big fans of Legend Oaks. I like how you can golf there if you want it. You got you can be a part of the pool or not be a part of the pool or get tennis, or it's a nice neighborhood. Those are cool bookshelves around the fireplace and the TV there.
Oh, did I pass it? There it is.
So that's where my wife was on Saturday.
Mike built those, I think.
Mike built those?
Oh, no, Mike did not.
Wow.
Nope.
Maybe I should have had Mike over to put my furniture together for me.
Hey, the coolest thing I've ever built was a bunk bed set for my grandson.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
We got a couple other listings too, just since we were talking about those. Monk's Corner, $310,000. This one just had a $10,000 price drop. That's a great new first-time homeowner home. Nice community, right off of really, it's in between 52 and 17 in Monk's Corner. It's got a brand spanking new roof on, like less than 4 months old, I think it is, for the roof there.
And I bet you that's eligible for USDA financing also.
Yes, it is.
So if you're renting, that would be one that you could probably be in and be spending less on a mortgage than you're currently renting, and with very little money down on the house.
And if you got the USDA, you only have to have the money for the closing costs, right?
Yeah. So, and when you negotiate deals, sometimes you can even get closing costs figured into the deal. So, I did that once with a client. She was a single mom and she was renting a house. This is a few years back, so the numbers are a little different. But she was at like $1,450 a month in rent. I got her into the house with no money down, and she spent about $1,000. She spent $500 on a home inspection, $500 on the appraisal, and that was it. I got all the other closing costs covered, and her insurance, taxes, and mortgage were like $25 less than what she was paying a month in rent before she bought the house. It was a home.
Wow. That is fantastic. All right. And then we got this one over in Nexton. It's in North Creek, Nexton. So closer to the Cane Bay side of for shopping and all that. You golf cart up to Buffalo Wild Wings and that barbecue restaurant, Sticky Fingers. I can never remember that for some reason. Sticky Fingers, you've got the Publix up there. You've got a Lowe's grocery store coming in the future. They haven't not started that yet or anything. You've got ice cream stores, car washes right there, Chick-fil-A. Everything is within a golf cart drive for this one here. And that one was just lowered $6,000. It's a super nice pawn lot. Actually, Mike's going to show it tomorrow to somebody. We don't make a habit of showing our own listings, but this person just really wants to see this one. They did some really nice upgrades. I helped them, build this home when they first came to South Carolina, and now they've moved into a 55 plus community. Okay. And just the trim work that they've done, the upstairs that they've added, all the trim work here in the dining room, the fireplace, the electrical fireplace. It's a gorgeous home for $430.
That back porch is my favorite. That's that tin roof that they have over the outdoor fireplace out back looking over the pond. That's really nice. I would love to sit out there in the rain.
Yeah. You just want to hear it in the rain. That's what you're.
Yep. I am that simple. I just want to sit out there and listen.
There it is right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, speaking of being on the road there from Chick-fil-A and that one, I got big breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember that Chick-fil-A around here was a test market for that pimento cheese kind of a sandwich thing there that they did, but then it went away?
Yeah, we're not talking about the cauliflower one, right?
No, not the cauliflower.
Oh, my God.
I think I made a cauliflower Chick-fil-A sandwich one time. He holds a grudge for years over it.
I never trust him in restaurants anymore.
Well, if you want to see something fun, go back and search Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich on our channel and look at Mark's face when he took a bite into that thing. I promise you that was not him playing. Like
I was not acting. No, absolutely.
But the pimento cheese sandwich at Chick-fil-A, it must have made the cut because I was down at the Chick-fil-A by the outlets last night, I think. We're picking up Reagan from the airport, and it was on the menu there.
Oh,
it's back.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was really exciting.
Didn't you have another Chick-fil-A story that you posted on Facebook too?
Yeah. I'm a little unhappy with Chick-fil-A. I'll be honest with you. let me show you this picture here. So Chick-fil-A on the menu last night, I'm looking at this thing, and it says, they call it the Chick-fil-A Sunjoy. It's a blend of their regular lemonade and sweet tea. There it is, right there in the menu. All right. So I wrote on Facebook, far be it from me to disagree with Jesus' favorite restaurant, but the Ninth Commandment and Exodus 20:16 talk about not bearing false witness. Calling iced tea and lemonade anything but an Arnold Palmer is blasphemy. I will pray for Chick-fil-A. It is not too late to repent. Now listen, I don't want to be ripping on Jesus chicken because it's Jesus chicken. But that's an Arnold Palmer. It's not some stupid Sunjoy or whatever the heck it is that they call it. And I'm a little fired up about that.
Mike, can I fact check? Can you fact check, Jeff? Was that the correct scripture and all that?
I didn't even listen.
Okay.
Welcome to the Charleston Area Living team.
Yeah, my phone was ringing, so I was trying to cut it and put it on silent real quick.
Yeah, that was the devil trying to interrupt me reading scripture.
Yeah.
That is the right verse,
then
and it's blasphemy is what it is.
Then we got this other house, Jeff. It's in your neighborhood, right? Like, talk a little bit about Carnes. Like,
yeah. So 109 Hewitt Street in Summerville, gorgeous house. It is a 3-bedroom. Primary bedroom is down. It's got the 2 bedrooms and a loft, the bathroom upstairs, on a great lot in Carnes. It's a detached garage house. It's got a beautiful front porch on it. Really, you know, it's one of those houses in Carnes with the big front porch that goes side to side. It's really nice. And one of the great things about this house is, first of all, tons of upgrades. So as we all know, Lennar is building out the rest of Carnes Crossroads. And with Lennar, they're doing all spec homes. So it is what it is. There's no option to upgrade. These people upgraded everything in this house. Remember that stove, Mark, that had we were looking at it like, when Mark and I first saw it, we're like, I can't believe there's not a vent over this thing.
Yeah.
Mike, it's got a vent built into the stove top itself.
Oh, yeah.
So the smoke gets pulled down into the stove. It's awesome. And this neighborhood is going to be probably, I would say, the best amenity center by next year of any non-55 plus neighborhood in all of Summerville. They've got an indoor or an outdoor pool, big resort style with a water slide, and have a gym and community space and pickleball and tennis and basketball court and a freaking farm. I still don't understand what that's going to be, but they were putting up fencing yesterday when I went. Andrew and I went for a golf cart ride around the neighborhood last night, and they were putting up fencing around where I think the field is going to be. So I don't know.
Jeff, are they going to let you grow anything in that garden?
I think they're going to encourage it, and I'm going to refuse. I am not a farmer. I don't want to be a farmer. I don't want to be around manure. I don't want any parts of it. If I can go pick up my carrots down there, that's cool. But you are not going to find me in a farmer's hat out in that field.
All right, so Jeff, if the people decide, you have to go with it, okay? So all you watching down in the comments, if you want to see Jeff in suspenders and a farmer's hat on a video, please comment below. That way we can get him to do it on video.
If I am on there in suspenders, I promise you, I'm only wearing suspenders. I'm wearing nothing else, baby.
Never mind.
And I'm going to be bending over and picking up stuff off the ground a lot, dude. Who knows what you're going to see? So be careful what you wish for.
Never mind. Chad says, "Hey, I know you guys want that cauliflower back." Oh my god, it was so disgusting. So
Chad, did you try it? It was not good. Like again, no. I don't want to be ripping on Jesus chicken, but they did not. There's a reason they took that one off the menu.
Yeah. Lisa says, "Hi guys, Lisa and Steve. Yes, that's chicken with pimento cheese is advertised up here too. They're in Rhode Island. Not running there for that. LOL."
What? No, it's very good. Listen, you're about to be a Southerner. You closed on your house. You're going to be living here soon enough. Pimento cheese can go on anything.
All right, we've already got some yeses. Yes, Farmer Jeff. Yes, Farmer Jeff.
Hey, that was a Sharon Klim on there. Would you please control your wife a little bit? Sharon, I'll send pictures. I will. I promise.
Jerry says, "I was a yes. Now it's a hard no."
See, I scared. See, he's our photographer. He's afraid of what he might catch.
Hey, we need to have Jerry on here one night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Jerry can give some great tips about getting your house ready, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So we'll have Jerry on one night for sure. Kaminsky's. What's up, Kaminsky?
Hey, what's going on?
Hello to our three agents. Rick sent us pics of the house today. We have doors in trim. Yay!
All right.
Making progress.
Okay, was it Ron Kaminsky said he definitely wants to see Farmer Jeff in cutoff Daisy Dukes. Yes, that's even better than suspenders.
Ron, what are you doing? What are you thinking? This is not a Daisy Dukes kind of body, my friend.
All right, we got one more listing just to highlight here too, which is this one here on Calmwater Way. If you want lakeside living where you can literally like drag your boat from your garage through the grass and into the lake that you can paddle, 5 miles probably, Jeff?
Yeah.
5 miles that out to a 350-acre lake. This is the house for you. I think it's 2,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, gorgeous home. It's in the Coves in Cane Bay, which a lot of the homes are these coastally colors.
Yeah.
So it's a really sought after community. So that's the home. You literally walk out to here and paddle this way up to the 350-acre lake. It's gorgeous. Never mind what the backyard, the track system they have on the floor in the garage. Like they put this in there for sure.
They put nice stuff in that house. The back porch is really nice. Put a built-in a concrete brick kind of bench back there, right on the water, like Mark said. Hardy plank siding on the house. It's a really pretty house.
Yeah. So we got that one going on too. Heidi and Wes are on from Connecticut. What's up, guys?
Hey guys.
How are you?
Get down here quick. It's going to be getting cold in Connecticut pretty soon.
Yeah, nobody wants to shovel snow. I mean, you can't shovel sunshine, so
No.
on down. All right. I got a story for you, Jeff. You haven't heard this one yet.
Oh, I'm all excited.
Yeah. So
see, there's a problem. Mark and I have been together for so long now that we've each heard all the stories that each of us have.
Yep.
So I'm excited. I got a new one.
So this past weekend, Abby was doing her pool exercises in the pool to help her back. The chiropractor wanted her to like walk and do some twists, so it had a little bit of resistance in the pool water and all that. And so we went to turn the pool light on. It didn't work. I was like, okay, third season in the pool. Obviously, it just the bulb's bad or the light's bad or that's to be expected. And so I looked down in there and I'm like, Mark, water and electricity.
No.
Nope. Those three do not go together, right?
No.
So I found this guy on Facebook. He lives over in Weatherford. He owns his own electric company, I think. And he came out. And so I said, yeah, so that's the light. He goes, yeah, it's an LED light. It really shouldn't be bad. I was like, okay, well, let's walk around over here to the side. And there's like 3 boxes of electrical stuff, right? And I said, the light's in one of these 3.
There's electrical stuff boxes over there, Mike. Just want to make sure you get in the picture.
Yeah.
Electrical stuff boxes.
So he opens the first one, which I didn't even know how to open it. Like, that's how dumb I am with this stuff. He opens the first one. He goes, oh, yeah, there it is. It says lights right here next to the breaker. And, oh, look, the breaker is tripped. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I just hired this guy out here for him to go click, click.
Do this.
Yeah, it was sideways. So click, click.
And it works.
It works fine. It's perfect.
Oh, I expected more. I expected it to be a big thing from there.
No. It's just my stupidity allowed for me to hire somebody to turn a breaker on and off.
You get a pass. I would honestly, I don't even want you to go near the electrical box. I cannot afford to lose you. So I encourage you to hire somebody in to do everything at the house that they could possibly do, where you could electrocute yourself.
Okay.
There you go.
Heidi said, "Save us a house at Horizons." There's a couple left in there.
I think you'll be fine, Heidi. This, I tell you, we closed on one last week. Hey, Mark, pull up that picture I sent you.
Oh yeah,
show my guys here. We had a great closing out there at Horizons this past week. Where's my people?
There it is.
There they go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get ready to sell their house coming up here soon. So that was a great house for them. What's funny is when we were walking through that house, they were all saying, "This is like exactly what I would have picked in this house, even if I would have built it from the ground up." So that was kind of testament to they're doing a nice job when they're, even though these are spec homes and you can't pick anything, they're putting nice stuff in them and making them exactly how people would build them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike had a good closing this week too, right, Mike?
Yeah. This was awesome. That guy, his name is Derek, but great family. He's got 3 kids. He and his wife. That's his mom in that picture with him. But if I'm not mistaken, he was the first one in their family to buy a home. So that was really cool.
Oh, that's exciting.
Help out with that kind of stuff. That was good stuff.
That is amazing. So I love being able to do that, help people achieve their dreams in real estate. Like it does bring some satisfaction to, a job where people put us right above lawyers and politicians, it does make us feel good a little bit, to offset that.
Oh yeah.
And then Robin had one this week too.
Well, those look like some happy new homeowners. Yeah. Congratulations, Robin.
Yes, good job, Robin. So we had some good closings this week for sure.
Actually, we got we had 4 people in town. We had one group in on Thursday, one group in on Friday, and 2 groups in on Saturday. Mike, your people, I think we got a contract there, right?
People. Yep, we're under contract.
So they bought one of the spec homes over in 4 Seasons. We did look at some existing homes with them, but I think they made the right choice.
I did too, for that value. I mean,
that price, that home was it came on at one point at about 580, and Mark, it was down to 509, and it was the right home for them. So they got a great deal on that house.
Yep.
So they have some more coming, but right now they only have 3 quick move-in homes left.
It's because we've sold all the other ones.
Our team has been doing awesome over there for sure. So this one's on Leeward Landing. This is still phase 7. So phase 8 is coming in very soon. So we'll see some more hit this. But the Donegal is down. What is that? $80,000.
But yeah, I mean, even that is a great deal for that house.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one is October move-in, and it's 2,600 square feet. So is this this has got to be the loft, right?
Yeah, Donegal with a loft.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. That's a good price for Donegal loft. That's a really nice home. I love the Donegal loft. It's one of my favorites over there.
And then they've got an Athens that's down $50,000 there. That's ready in November. And then they've got an Athens loft that's down 20,000. That's 2,400 square feet, and that's ready in December. So they definitely have some good ones coming.
The Athens loft is an interesting one because the Athens itself is, most of their homes are a 2-bedroom plus an office space. Well, the Athens doesn't have 2 bedrooms plus an office space on its one level. It just has 2 bedrooms, so you lose out on the office. But the Athens loft then puts in another whole, loft bedroom situation upstairs. So if you wanted to have that office upstairs, or you could use it as a bedroom, it makes it much more versatile. But a lot of people like that Athens because when you first walk in, that's the smallest, I think, of the houses they have.
Yes.
And it does not feel the square footage that it is. It feels much bigger to me than what it's advertised at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just a bedroom upstairs. I mean, it's a bedroom and a bath. It's nice.
Yeah. It's
a whole nother living area for sure.
Yeah.
Hey guys, continue to post your comments and questions. Like, we do these lives so that we can answer your questions live. Jeff makes them up sometimes as far as the answers. Only sometimes though. Mike likes to fact check Jeff, so he'll let us know the truth because Mike can't lie, and we'll go from there. But definitely ask your questions in the comments. We would love to hear from you. We'll also throw up the link if you want to book a Zoom call with us to be one-on-one. Usually it's me, Jeff, and one of the team member like Mike, where we kind of learn exactly the lifestyle that you want to live here in South Carolina, and then we factor in your budget to see if we can match make you up to the perfect neighborhood so that you can live that lifestyle you want for the budget you have.
Mark, would you say that on those calls that we do, a lot of them come in and say, hey, listen, I want to come into town and I want to see XYZ neighborhood. And of course, when they do come to town, we show them XYZ neighborhood. But I would say probably half the time from that meeting, we get focused in on another neighborhood that we think that may work better for them because they say something in that meeting that kind of keys us in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
And we're often right, and they end up buying in that other neighborhood. So what's great about doing these meetings is get in there now so that we can have that conversation, figure out what we think you want to see in addition to what you tell us you want to see, and then we can be sending you those listings over the next week, month, year, so you can kind of keep an eye on everything that goes down in the market.
And sometimes it's the smallest thing too, right? Like, it may be somebody that says, hey, I really want to live in Crestwind. I know that's the place. It's amazing. I can't wait to swim every day in the indoor pool. And we're like, put on the brakes.
Yep.
Crestwind doesn't have an indoor pool, but everything else you're saying is Four Seasons and Del Webb. So let's look at Crestwind, because obviously an indoor pool shouldn't rule out where you want to live.
Right.
But at the same time, let's look at these two other neighborhoods. And like you say, a lot of the time they'll go with one of those other neighborhoods because it fits them better.
Mike, we were over at Crestwind today doing some video. They've got 3 spec homes that we did video on. We'll have it on the channel probably next week, right, Mark?
Not this coming Sunday, next Sunday. So a week from Sunday.
And good pricing, because that neighborhood is, winding down also.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times some of the best deals are at the very beginning of the neighborhood and sometimes at the end of the neighborhood, because the builders just wants to finish up and get out of there. But some of these lots that are left where there's great lots, they've still got some that I think you can build on out there, so you can still pick to build from the ground up, but pretty aggressive pricing on these houses. And one of them was Mark, what's my favorite out there? Is it the Fir?
The Fir, F-I-R, Fir.
Yeah. Big house. And this was a Fir with a loft. And it was it was in the 5s. I don't remember where in the 5s it was.
Yeah, I think it was originally 652, and it was marked all the way down to 568.
Yeah. Beautiful house. I could absolutely move into that house.
Yeah, for sure.
Are they getting ready to do another 55 plus over there?
So it's a targeted 55 plus, not restricted, and it will be kind of in the woods as you're driving in. Actually, Jeff, I don't know if you saw it today, but they cleared out a whole bunch of land there.
Right at the roundabout.
Right at the roundabout at the entrance.
I did see that, yeah.
So, and it won't be part of Crestwind. So this neighborhood won't use Crestwind amenities. It'll most likely use the amenities in the Palms.
Okay.
But with that, I'm guessing that the monthly HOA won't be, the upper 200s or $300 a month like we see in most of the other 55 pluses.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Diane Graves says, hey, y'all. What's up,
Hello,
Diane?
Miss Diane.
Can't wait to help you when you're ready. Okay. So let's, since, the Kaminskis Heidi and Wes brought up Horizons, let's talk a little bit about Horizons. I've seen, all right, I got a quiz for you, actually. Hold on.
All right.
Let's see if either of you two know this. And actually, if Mike was listening, he does know this.
Oh, Mike, he's calling you out.
Put me on the spot, man.
Because he was with me when I learned this. I think it was him. Anyway. So did you know that one of the Legend Series homes is not going to be available anymore? So I just knocked it down from like 12 models to 4. And they won't be building this model anymore. Do you know what it is?
I don't.
So Legends has the Osprey, the Collins, the Sparrow, and the Waverly. Which one of those do you think they're not going to build anymore?
Is
All
it
right,
the Sparrow?
Let me those 4 again, and I'm gonna guess that it's I'm cheating. I saw you nod your head when you said Sparrow. I was gonna try it, but I'm just gonna be honest. Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
I would guess Sparrow just based on our clients because we've sold the least of the Sparrow compared to. Look at Heidi. No answer.
Yeah, so the Sparrow is the winner. Good job, Heidi.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be the Waverly or the Collins because a lot of people really seem to like those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Sparrow is a lot like the Collins, but it has less of a porch, and everybody wanted that big porch. So they had trouble selling that one.
But the Collins is the one with a gigantic pantry, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could put a bed in there.
Yes, absolutely.
Literally, it's like as big as my 3rd bedroom in Pittsburgh was. Mark, that's actually not why they're getting rid. This is a very little known fact, but Mr. Lennar hates birds. He's terrified of birds, and so they're getting rid of the Sparrow just because of the name. That's the only reason.
So, are they getting rid of the Osprey too then?
I forgot that an Osprey was a bird. No, he just likes little birds. He likes big birds. He doesn't like little. He's a big fan of Sesame Street. Big Bird was his favorite character. I don't even know if there's a Mr. Lennar. Is there a Mr. Lennar?
Through all the models in his head, he's like, "There's no other bird. I can say this."
Yeah, no other. Yeah. There's a Mr. Horton. I met Mr. Horton.
Yeah.
He was in town in Monk's Corner when I was showing a neighborhood over there, and so my clients and I, we walked in, and there's Mr. Horton standing there, so they introduced us to him, and so we chit chat for a little bit, and then we went down the street and we bought a Lennar house. I felt really bad.
So speaking of Osprey, they have 2 of them coming up, or are almost done, I think. They are at 350 and 355 basically. Then they have a Collins, 2 Collins at 382 and 390. And then they have a Waverly at 393. So Waverly is 2,400 square feet. And to be under 400,000, that's a deal for sure.
Waverly is a great model. I really like it. They had, I don't know if they still do, but they had a couple over there in those cottage series that were under 300 a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, let me look.
They probably sold those off because that was being able to be in Horizons at under 300, but there's a good chance there's more coming.
Yeah, so the low ones were sold. The lowest cottage right now is at 3.25, and it's a Drake.
Okay.
And they've got another Drake, 2 other Drakes, a Hampton and a Carlisle thing.
So being able to be in that neighborhood, and as Mark was did some drone video there this week or last week, Mike, they are actually like pouring foundations and putting pipes in the ground, and so they're making progress with that amenity center. And I am so excited to see it when it's done because I think it's going to be one of the best in Summerville.
And listen, those Collins at under 4 is not a bad deal because we were there this weekend with a client and looking at some not yet released pads, and they're 420, 430. So they're going to be up there.
Yep.
Hold on. I might be able to pull some of that drone footage.
Oh, that'd be nice to see.
I just got to find it. Sorry. Stand by. Doo-doo.
I don't know how he keeps all these files straight, Mike.
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't label this one, so because I just uploaded them the other day, and I hadn't had a chance to do it. Okay, here it comes. Doo-doo-doo. All right, so here's the big lake. that goes way down, and this trail goes all the way around the lake. And let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, there we go. So I think this is the video where I'll be able to get up on it, and you'll see the foundation footings. You can kind of see them all here to see how big this home really is gonna. I mean, this amenity center really is gonna be.
Oh yeah, I can start to make it out there.
Yeah.
And so on this side of where that is obviously where the pool is going to be going, because they're going to put that pool overlooking the lake, and then also the I assume the bar restaurant, because this is going to have. There's only going to be 2 of the 55 pluses in all of Summerville. They're going to have a restaurant grill there, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let me keep playing. I think that's all I got right here.
Yeah, you can see that concrete in those photos right there.
Yep.
I think we'll start seeing this be done. They're saying late next year. I wouldn't be surprised if it creeps into the very part of 26. But it's good to see them, making some progress here finally.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to see 2025, but I would love for them to prove me wrong.
Yeah. And what we've been telling people is you have to assume that the prices are going to increase as soon as that amenity center gets closer to opening. Yeah. So if you're thinking about horizons in the coming, future here, I'm not saying you have to do it this year, but by mid next year, you might want to start to get a little bit more serious about it, because I think as we get closer to the end of 25, we might see some increases in those prices.
And we don't have a crystal ball, but I bet you it's 50 grand.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Jerry said, wow. So does that mean the photographer is saying that I did some good drone?
It was, and listen, I've seen Jerry fly a drone before.
He's way better than me.
Drone skills, but Jerry, he can plant that drone anywhere he wants.
Yeah. All right, let's go back here in some comments. Jake Bob, he said, "Hey fellas, so excited for our build in Tidewater."
I drove past your lot today. Actually, he's got a great lot they picked. It's got woods on one side of it, and then it's directly across the water from the amenity center that's being built over at Summerwind. So him and I were talking out in the lot there the one day and kind of thinking about what this is going to be like once they're in. I think it's going to be a great view. I would rather look at the amenity center and the pool and the pickleball and the dog park and all that than a bunch of other houses. It's going to be very nice. And they've got total wood line on the one side with the lake behind them. It was the right choice.
Okay. I think I have drone of that too. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So these are all the homes that are being built now. Some of them are specs. Some of them have already, people that picked the lot and everything. Nice cul-de-sac lot. I think these lots are going to be super, wanting or active. And then I think this is his lot right there, isn't it?
Yep. That's where we're going. But if you look at this neighborhood, they really designed the streets well.
That's really.
It's like all backed up to woods or water. There's very few backing up to other houses.
Yeah. So we have 2 clients in here now, getting ready to build.
I like that neighborhood because they're putting more stuff in the base models there. Like the one thing I learned that they're doing just makes a huge difference, and Mark's going to ridicule me, but they're doing the gas lanterns over there, Mike, on the front porches, and hardy plank siding. So it's going to be a pretty neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know if you had the option to put those gas lanterns in. I don't know who would not do that. Like,
right,
that would just be absolute insaneness to not put those lanterns in.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Mungo?
No, this is Dream Finders or
Dream Finders. That's right.
Dream Finders. Yep. And this is one of the neighborhoods also that has access to the lake system within Cane Bay. So not all neighborhoods have access to the big lake. This is one of them. And right when you exit this place and you make a left, and then on the right is where the lake is. I think they're going to be putting like a parking area or something there that you could launch your boat right there.
Yeah.
So you could go drag your kayak across the street and throw it in the lake. It'll be nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
So here's the big lake up here. This is almost directly across the street from Tidewater. And this will eventually go back around to that pre-owned home that we talked about. But this is 350 acres here. So super nice.
There's some eagles that live back there. I've seen eagles back there before.
Yeah, that day we were filming back there, remember?
Yep.
All right.
That's pretty.
All right, so I got the yes from Jerry. He said, great job. Yes.
Good job, Mark. Very proud of you.
Love that. Lisa says, we bought in a very different neighborhood. Actually, the neighborhood across from where we were just showing on the drone there. And the Zoom meetings and in-person visits were so valuable. Amazing insight and expertise. Thank you, Lisa. That's so sweet.
Thank you, Lisa.
Very nice. All right, Jeff, somebody that you know.
Hey, that's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yeah.
I'm ready to move south.
Diana, come on down. Get out of that snow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Jerry asked, does anybody know when the club at Summers Corner is expected to be finished? So this isn't the clubhouse in Horizons. I think he's asking for the actual club that's going to be very similar to what they're building in Carnes, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it's actually going to be even bigger. Really big pool. I think they're going to have water slides over there. They are doing a restaurant and grill there also. We just found out recently, and you are not going to have to live in. If what I heard is true, that you can still go access that club or buy into that club, even if you don't live in Summers Corner. So you're going to be able to go over there to that bar and restaurant, even if you were to live out, over close by, like at the Ponds, for instance. So we don't have many dates on that. I haven't seen them doing. They were moving some dirt, but haven't done much more. I think we're going to be into 2026 on that one also.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
So we travel a lot of different areas. Like we're going to be going up into Myrtle Beach soon. We go out to Johns Island, down to Ravenel. We sold houses in Hollywood. We sold that nice 10-acre property.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then recently, we got a video coming out Friday, right?
Oh yeah,
for a home in Vance. So, Mike, do you know where Vance is?
I've been to Vance, and I've certainly heard of Vance. Is it near Hollywood?
No, it's up the other way, heading towards Santee.
Out off of 95.
Near Walterboro?
Nope, up towards Santee. Up towards the lake.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So we are going to be doing a video on this house. It'll come out a week from Friday. And this puppy is 1.8 million, but it's a 4,100 square feet house, almost 4,200, and it's on 67 acres. 67 acres. I mean, look at that.
Now, Mark and Jeff, I just would like to make a suggestion.
Yes.
That you guys should just buy that, and then we could use that to host people as they come to town to tour homes, and of course then team members could use it once a year, or yeah. I don't even have my wallet, so we're good. That's a gorgeous place, though, guys.
Is freaking gorgeous, and some of the stuff you got to watch this house on the video when it comes out.
Love that brick.
That's reclaimed timbers from a barn that they used on the roof of that.
Oh, my goodness.
They got a bunch of doors out of, Mark, wasn't it an old bank?
Yeah, a bank vault right there. That one.
Bank vault that they used. It's got a huge 3+ car garage with like an office space over top of it. The 67 acres is a mix of farmable fields, woods, clear-cut fields. It's absolutely. Oh, and those bathrooms, the closets in the primary bedroom, Mark. It was absolutely amazing. It's got like this. I don't even know what, like that pedestal there, like with the mirrors all around it. It was
like a stage. Jeff actually dances on that stage in the video.
I might have done a little dance on that stage.
Hey, could you imagine Jeff in his Daisy Dukes and suspenders?
No,
right up in
listen,
there?
we need to stop going to the Daisy Dukes. I will put on a Speedo on this. No, I won't. Nobody needs to see that. No, I did. I was down in South Beach one time, and this dude walked by in a Speedo, and this was the smallest Speedo. This was just bare. He was almost naked. And I could not help myself. I had to send a picture to Andrew. I just walked up and took a selfie with him. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You're amazing. I have to send a picture of you to my wife.
You're amazing.
You're amazing."
So how far from lake access are we in this house?
Oh, 15 minutes probably?
Yeah, it can't be far to the nearest boat landing.
Yeah, it was like only one exit down from, what's that, old number 6 Santee exit. It was only like one exit down from that.
And you got plenty. Oh, remember the back porch?
Look at that.
God.
Hey, Mike, this fireplace on the back porch goes through into the living room. So if you had a fire lit, you'd be able to see it from the back porch and the living room.
That's gorgeous. For sure. All right, Lisa said, "Night, y'all. Back to packing. Good luck.
Get to work."
And then Jerry said, "I know it's supposed to be opened up to the pond. Oh, the club is going to allow from the ponds to go there." Okay, that makes sense.
Them real estate photographers, they got all the inside knowledge.
I know, right? He must talk to a lot of real estate agents, right?
Yeah, it's all he works with is realtors.
Yeah,
and he got a brand new grandbaby too.
Yep.
So, last week I think it was, we had 4,100 homes on the market in Charleston. Just give a little update on the market here. We're down to 3,890 something now. So we lost over 200 homes of inventory in a week and a half, I think it was. I mean, obviously mortgage rates came down slightly. I think we're around 6.48, 6.4.
I'm looking at 6.4 right now on the app on my phone.
Okay, so 6.4. Before we were seeing, high 6s, low 7s. I think that has something to play with it. I think people are tired of waiting as well. I mean, what else, Mike and Jeff, do you guys attribute to that many homes going under contract?
I mean, we lost 2 weeks in the market with the tropical storm Debbie.
Yeah.
Her dropping 25 inches of rain on us, that's going to slow down anything. So I think that's a piece of it. Obviously, things typically slow down when kids go back to school also. But now that has settled in, the tropical weather has passed, the interest rates are starting to creep down. I think we're going to see some more action, which is evidenced by some of those listings that we have that have been sitting for a bit. We've started getting more calls on those this week.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're going to speed up. And I really think, listen, I've got data to back it up. If the mortgage rates drop, the house prices are going to go up.
Yep. And the competition.
And the competition, that's right. Mike, back in the day, what's the worst case you had of how many offers you had to write for one client before you got a house?
Well, see, that's when I got into real estate, right? So,
really?
Yeah, I jumped into real estate and said, "Well, I haven't been doing this my whole life, man," because it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably 12.
Yeah, I did an 11 one. We had to write 11 offers on houses before we finally got one. There was multiple offers on every single house. And so having the ability to pick a house and buy the darn thing,
right,
is it before the prices go back up. I think by spring, if we were to go back to a 5% mortgage rate, I think you could see where the same house that's 500 now could be 540 in the spring based on the volume that's going to pick up when the mortgage rates drop, if they do. And the smart guys are telling us they're going to drop.
Well, the Fed's already announced the drop, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I feel like there's one coming here. It's actually just a week away, I think.
The 18th.
Is it the 18th? I know
Yeah,
it's this month of September. So I think that will heat the market up again. It'll be curious to see with that as we roll into the holidays, because this typically is a little bit slower time of year, obviously, than spring and summer. But if the rates drop, I think it's going to ramp up pretty quick again.
I do too.
So last week, as far as properties that went under contract, 318 properties went under contract last week alone. Just residential properties. This is 255 of them were single family homes. Median list price in all of the Charleston area for those 255 was $415,000. Only 30 of them were under 250. And I want you to guess how many out of the 255, 30 are under 250, so 225 now. How many of those 225 do you think were over 1 million?
12.
20.
39 properties
Really?
over $1 million.
Yep.
Of those 39, 18 of them were over 2 million, and 9 of those were over 3 million. That's crazy.
I mean, you think about Mount Pleasant, Johns Island, and stuff right now. You get up to $1 million pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, a lot of people are talking too that, hey, the market's going to crash, and we're going to see a lot more foreclosures and short sales. And I think this is the third week in a row that we have had 0 of those 255 are bank owned or short sales.
Yeah, that's just not this market. The South Carolina market, and especially Charleston, is really strong.
Yeah.
Real estate is driven by jobs. And so jobs are very plentiful. Like, if you want a job here, you can have a job here. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of big industry still coming in and needing to fill those positions. So that's one of the reasons why we see so much new construction also, because it's not just the weather that's driving people to South Carolina. It's also the job outlook.
Yeah.
And I just sent Mark an article today, Mike, about the Florida market and what the condo market is doing down there. I would say there is a good chance that we're going to see a crash in Florida, especially in the condo market, because all of the HOAs are not funded well enough for the repairs that they have to do to get those condos into compliance.
Yeah. Well, obviously that one a couple of years ago has really set them back and created quite the stir down there.
And so
everywhere, really, even here in Charleston, some of the condos.
$200,000 assessments coming their way on the Florida condos. And so we've always been a halfback area here for a lot of the retirees that go to Florida and say, that's not quite what I thought. And they end up back in the Carolinas. I think that's going to ramp up also. And especially in the 55 plus space here in Summerville, I think that's going to affect it also.
Yeah. And the single family home market is much different than the condo market when you start talking about special assessments. I mean, can you guys think of any special assessments that have been done in any of our 55 plus neighborhoods that we've done? No.
And we closed on I just came from a closing here a couple hours ago. We closed on a beautiful new home over in Four Seasons, and we were going through the settlement statement, and there was $1,000 going towards the funds, basically the welcome to the neighborhood fee over there. And they were asking about that. And I had talked to Rick about the Four Seasons, and it is a very well-funded HOA, as is most of the neighborhoods here in Summerville. So, yeah, there are some welcome to the neighborhood fees. And Mark and I couldn't believe how much work we had to put into this, but we did recently just work on all the extra assessments and fees and costs, what's covered by the HOA. We did it for, I think, 6 neighborhoods, Mark.
6, yeah.
55 pluses here in Summerville. and we're going to be doing that video here in the coming weeks because we had some people on YouTube ask us to do it. So we put some work into it, and it's coming. But we were talking about these, and you're right, Mike. There is no assessments we've seen. We've seen a couple in the condos down, Mount Pleasant, Johns Island, James Island.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you have condo units and they all need new roofs or they all need new siding, not too many of those guys keep a couple $1 million in their reserves, so they throw out a $30,000-$40,000 special assessment to everybody,
And Myrtle Beach has seen some of those in that condo market up there. We did have a client that got hit with a $70,000 assessment in Myrtle Beach, but it was one of those condo tells, so he owned it as an investment. But as far as the neighborhoods here in Summerville, we just don't see it.
Right.
So I found some stats for condos here, townhomes, because we don't have a lot of condos, but we have townhomes, so they group them together. So for last week, only 53 condo townhomes went under contract. 9 of those were under 200,000. 16 of them were from 2 to 300,000, and then 15 were from 3 to 500,000. Only 8 were from 500,000 to $1 million, and only 5 of those were over 1.25 million, all the way up to 2 million. So not a whole lot compared to single family here.
I used to talk people out of it. We're going to find you what's right for you. But I used to really caution people into buying a townhouse here in Summerville, because when you look at the regime fees in the HOAs, it might just be better off to just buy a single family house, spend $50,000 more compared to the townhouse, because would you rather your money every month go out towards building equity in your house or to going to the regime and the HOA? But that being said, a lot of these new townhouse neighborhoods have some very realistic and not bad prices on those regimes, like in the low $100 a month range on a bunch of them. Mm. So townhouses are heating up here in Summerville. I didn't think they were a great buy, most of them, about 5 years ago, but I think with the lower HOA and regimes that we're seeing, they are getting to be a better buy now.
Well, one of the really good buys that we saw, we almost had a client purchase, but then they didn't get their full job offer, so we had to pull it back. They were offering, it was like $25,000 in closing costs and rate buy down assistance.
Yep.
And that was just over the Summerville line in Monk's Corner before the town there. And it had all kinds of shopping around it. You can be to North Charleston and all in 20 minutes. So it was an awesome buy.
Yeah, there's some good deals to be had, and some of these townhouses are way bigger than you think.
Mm-hmm. 3 floors that one was.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the Summerville market, single family homes, we had 47 go under. So Summerville and Ladson are combined. So 47 there. And then we also have to kind of take into the fact the Hanahan, Goose Creek, Monk's Corner when we talk about Summerville too, because like Cane Bay falls into that Hanahan, Goose Creek, Monk's Corner. I want to say Carnes does too, in Area 62. But those went up to $680,000. 14 of them were in Cane Bay out of the 62. So that was a good number. And that was just pre-owned. So 14 pre-owned going under contract in Cane Bay for 1 week. That's a good number for last week for sure.
It is. That's definitely up because the resales in Cane Bay had slowed down because of a lot of the new construction. And some of these new construction companies, they are hard to compete with because they're buying down rates, they're dropping prices, and it's a brand new home.
Yep.
All right, so we're almost done with our hour here. It's already 8 o'clock. That time went by fast. Wow. First of all, I want to say thanks for everybody for joining. Definitely comment down if you have any last-minute questions. Before we go, I want to talk about some events that we have while we wait for those last-minute questions to come in. So in the Charleston area, it's already September, so you know what that means, Jeff. Halloween.
Pumpkin spice, baby.
So hopefully we'll see some cooler nights, but Boone Hall Fright Nights already start this month, September 21st. Wow. Have you ever been to that?
I have been to that. I got lost in the darn corn maze. And I did make it out because I just followed the smell of hot apple cider and I was able to work my way through the field and get back out. Riley went down there with a friend of hers last year and got the absolute crap scared out of her. It was great.
She came over my house one night and stayed with us. And in Cane Bay, they have what's called the Cane Bay Killers, and they dress up as Freddy and Jason and all these, and they come and visit the neighborhoods so people can take pictures with them. That's one of the big holidays here in Cane Bay, I guess, if you call it a holiday. And your Riley was running from these people, like down the street, full on. I would not catch her running.
Well, I'm just impressed that she was able to run. Have you ever seen the videos of the fainting goats when they get scared, they drop over?
Mm-hmm.
Riley is like my little fainting goat, because if I jump out and scare her, it's 9 times out of 10 she's going to hit the ground. But Mark, I have a question. Why is it that Riley doesn't come over to your house anymore? Because Mark has a daughter the same age as my daughter. They're good friends. They talk every day just about. We go on vacation together sometimes. But for some reason, Riley never goes to Mark's house anymore, and I don't understand why.
Well, you didn't tell me that your daughter was allergic to cats. So, unfortunately, we got a cat, and we didn't know.
No, this is lies.
What do you mean lies?
Mike, don't listen to him. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that Riley and his daughter Abby were going to do sleepovers no matter what. And if Mark has a cat in the house, then the sleepovers are going to have to be at my house.
Oh, wow.
My daughter can't go there. And then he
brilliant.
turned all to himself and no kids in the house.
That's pretty smart, man.
Planned.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So there's several farmers markets still going on. Charleston Farmers Market is at Marion Square every Saturday from 8 to 2. Mount Pleasant Farmers Market is at Moultrie Middle School. James Island has one now on the first Friday of each month at the Town Hall. West Ashley has a farmers market on Wednesdays at Ackerman Park. So all kinds of farmers markets. Summerville is still going on through October 1st, I think it is. And so, you still have all that stuff in addition to the fall movie nights coming up. I'm sure Carnes will have one, right? Carnes always has one.
Yep.
And then there's kind of cool things too, like if you're into plays and musicals and things like that. Dock Street Theater has Fiddler on the Roof, which I've never seen that before.
I haven't either.
Yeah. So that's for most of the month in September. Queen Street Playhouse is performing Jekyll and Hyde the musical, and then Freshfield Village Green, they have music and movies going on in September. So lots of stuff going on.
Great area to go down, and down when you're down by Kiowa, go over to Freshfield. It's got some cool restaurants, nice park. It's really nice over there.
Yeah. Jerry said there's nothing more entertaining than taking my wife Kelly to a haunted trail hayride, etc. She will run over old ladies and small children to get away from ghouls.
That's great.
As we get closer to Halloween, Mark, remind me to tell you about Andrew and I's very first date. It involved a haunted house.
Okay, we'll do that. Peggy, hey Peggy, got busy again. Missed most of your video. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day weekend. Thanks for being such great realtors, getting close to us, moving down there. Yeah, we can't wait for you to be here. And then she said Halloween's my favorite holiday. Hope we get some trick-or-treaters in summer. You will, especially when you get more houses in there and people start moving in there. You'll get a lot more.
And if you don't, Mark and Mike and I will all dress up, but we're only showing up for the whole size candy bars. None of this little nonsense. You come up with the big boys, we'll be over. I have a Halloween costume that's my go-to every year. It's Fred Flintstone. I had it specially made for me. I absolutely look like Fred Flintstone in this. Like I look like Fred Flintstone all the time, but in this costume, home run.
Wait, does that mean I have to get a Barney one?
That's exactly what I was thinking, man. That would be great.
Or Dino, whatever. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm skinny enough to be Dino.
You're a good Barney.
Yeah, I'm a good Barney. All right, folks, we're going to end it there. I'm going to throw up the QR code on the screen here at the end for the last minute or so. Definitely scan that in. Schedule your Zoom call We would love to learn more about you so that we can figure out what's the best neighborhood for you. Or maybe you just have questions and you want to ask me, Mike, Jeff, and the team some questions. We'll hop on there, answer all your questions, see if the Charleston area is even the right area for you or not.
Yep.
Any last words, Jeff?
Go in peace, my friends. Chick-fil-A, do the right thing. Rename the drink the Arnold Palmer.
All right, Mike?
Yeah, no, have a good night, everybody. Enjoyed it.
All right, everybody. Peace be with you.
See y'all.